Hey guys, Gripper here. In this video we are going to finish our 1 to 60 kill run. In the last video we ended at level 56 and we will go to 60 in this video. If you remember in the last video we ended it with having to grind. I did say I wasn't going to grind the last 5 bars, but I went ahead and did it off camera. So yeah, let's go ahead and get going. Um, we finished up all of Winter Spring, and the first thing we are going to do is fly over to Felwood and turn in Wild Guardians.
Blood and thunder.
Go ahead and set the next part. And from here, just fly back to Orgrimmar. And go ahead and get food and water if you need it, because we're going to go do Western Plaguelands. I don't believe there's any food and water vendor at the Bulwark. And also, if you didn't get the Call to Arms quest, try to find the little War Collar guy and grab it. You should have gotten it in Thunderblood though. Alright, so from here we will go ahead and take the Zeppelin over to Tirisfal. Okay, and then just head on over to the Bulwark. Alright, we've got a couple breadcrumbs to turn in here. We've got the Call to Arms, and then go ahead and accept the Scarlet quest, and then the Everlook report. I'm not going to do it, but it's kind of important that you get your Argent Dawn commission and equip it so you can start looting the Scourge Stones. You do get a little bit of XP for turning 20 minions, 10 invaders, and 1 corruptors. It's not a lot, but you also get the rep because we do want to get our biscuits as quick as possible. These things are amazing. On Classic, I'm unsure if you can only use these in the Plaguelands. Someone in the guild thought maybe that was just a private server thing where you can use these all over the world. But nonetheless, you spend a lot of time in the Plaguelands, so these things are way worth it, and you only need friendly. Especially as a mana user, these things are awesome. Okay, so we've turned our breadcrumbs in, and then we'll come over here and go ahead and accept a Plague upon thee. Alright, then we'll go ahead and do Scarlet Diversions. Okay, pretty easy quest. You'll just clear this camp one by one. Oh, you know what? Something I was just gonna auto-complete this quest, so I didn't even think about it. But it does say in my guide that you need to do this, so don't forget. You need to get this box of incendiaries. This is like a flame in the bottle, I think. Yeah, and this allows you to complete the quest. You basically just light the 10 on fire, and then place the Scourge banner. Okay, once we turn that in, we will get all along the watchtowers and the Scourge Cauldrons. Skip the watchtowers for now, we will do it later. And get target Fellstone Field. So the Cauldrons questline, as you know, is just amazing. It gives tons of XP. That's gonna kind of carry us through this level. One thing I should have mentioned, I do mention in the guide, we do want to hit 57 before we leave this zone, so just kind of grind anything you see. These mobs, they're lower level than you, but you can just tear right through them, so I kind of just like to clear the entire camp. It shouldn't take you more than a few minutes because they're so squish.
I'm I'm out of range.
Accept the next part, and then we'll do the side quest. Okay, for here, we'll accept Better Late Than Never, then we'll go next door, and we will come in here. Be careful with these Scarlet guys, just wait until they're attacking something and then sneak in. You don't want to have to fight all 3 or 4 of them at a time. You do need to talk to the parcel again, so don't forget that. And this one has you go to Undercity. From here, just, finish the camp, get your rune cloth, and then run back to the bulwark.
What is it?
And go ahead and set Dowson's. From here, we are going to run to the Undercity. This may seem like a little bit of a waste of time, but we get to turn in a few quests, so it's well worth it. Okay, so we'll come here and we'll still have our 30 ooze samples from Ungoro and Felwood. So basically what you do is you just click on these little buckets and test it. You have to do it like 30 times probably, but you'll eventually get 5 of the samples that the quest giver wants. So with 30, you 100% should be able to get it. Usually I only get like 20 or maybe 25, and I always complete it. Okay, I'm just going to auto-complete this for the sake of time. Alright, sorry that took a sec. Wish I was a better typer. Okay, and we'll just turn both of these in. You get some great XP for it. And this next part is Meddling of Influences. This has you go back to Ungoro and just use the item on a Primal Ooze. I like to skip this one because in this guide, there's no really, we don't really go back to Ungoro. Actually, we do, so you can go ahead and accept this. And this is a nice int ring and a pretty nice stamp cloak. So I do suggest doing it if you're a caster, just for a nice int boost right when you hit 60. So yeah, we'll go ahead and accept it, and we'll do it. I'll show you, but in the guide I don't tell you to come back to Undercity and turn it in. You're more than welcome to alleviate some of the grinding. Okay, next you should have your 60 rune cloth for Undercity. If not, you'll get it while we're in the Western Plaguelands. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this in. Rune cloth turn-ins are so worth it. You can actually think about it this way: each piece of rune cloth you get is an extra 85 experience. So it's kind of nice when you're grinding because you already get 300, 3 to 400, so you get an extra 85 if you loot a piece of rune cloth. So think about it in that manner when you're grinding out those mobs from 55 to 56. Sorry, I'm losing control of my character. Lastly, we'll do better late than never. We'll just do a little back and forth here. Yeah, see, it's totally worth it to run back here. You get 7k for this, and then you get another little chain back at the field. Alright, so from here, we're just going to go back to the bulwark. And from here, we'll head over to the Fellstone Field and finish better late than never. Again, kind of gauge your XP. If you feel like you need to grind a little bit more here, just tear through the mobs again. And then from here, there's a jabbering ghoul, I think it's called, just kind of over here in the field. We'll kill it and turn back in, so easy enough. Yeah, jabbering ghoul. And go ahead and combine the two pendants. Alright, so as you can see, that whole quest line's worth like 20k experience. It's awesome. Totally worth the run to Undercity. Alright, and we will just head to the next field now.
It's too far away.
Okay, this side quest is a little different. First thing you're gonna do is sneak into the barn. And we're going to talk to this diary on the floor. You don't get any experience, but just complete it. And we'll just work our way back here, and we will kill this wandering skeleton. Grab the key and turn it into the outhouse. From here, zombie Dowson will spawn. Kill him, get the cabinet key, and go back into this house. And turn it into the cabinet key, and you get a nice chunk of experience for about 5 minutes of work.
What will you require?
Okay, next is the Writhing Haunt. Be careful with these ones. These are the ones that start to get a little higher level. They do freeze you. You really don't want to take on more than 1 or 2 at a time. Clear your way to this little cab or hut and grab the Wildlife Suffers 2, and then go ahead and complete the cauldron section of this. I don't really suggest grinding on these guys. They're kind of a pain in the ass, so just kind of clear around the cauldron so you don't aggro anything and just turn it in right away. And then we'll do the Wildlife Suffers 2. On private servers, the wolves are there's only a few spawns. I'm not sure how it'll be on Classic, But Questy does do a good job of telling you where they are, just kind of all in this area. There are a lot of spiders up here that net, so be careful for them. There's also some in this little area as well. For the sake of time, I'm just going to find one and dot kill it. Except the next part for the bears. And these are just pretty easy, they're just kind of right in this area. And then accept this oaken branch to go to Thunderbluff. We'll turn that in way later.
I'm listening. Embrace.
Alright, accept the last field. Okay, so be careful at this field. They are kind of the same level as us, and they're casters, and you can get overwhelmed pretty quickly. So just kind of clear what you need to get to the cauldron. These two drop the Invader Scorch Stones, so if you're a little behind on XP, you know, you can go ahead and grind these to get 10 Invaders turn-ins. And this should level you right here. If not, you know, you should be really close. You don't really need to grind it out in this field. You can just kill a little bit extra in the Eastern Plague Lands, because we will be killing quite a few mobs there. Okay, from here, do not turn this in yet. We're just going to go straight to Eastern Plague Lands. Here, you're pretty much just going to want to grind everything you see. You know, keep it, you just really grind on your way. This is another boring grind. This will probably take you 3 to 4 hours just because there's a lot of travel time in the Eastern Plague Lands because it's a huge zone, as well as, you know, every single one of these is just a kill quest where you have to kill like 20 to 30 mobs. So, big opportunity to grind here. If you're a skinner, it's great too because you'll get a bunch of rugged leather. Okay, so pick your 3 quests up here and just start the grind. Next, we're gonna grind our way over to Blightcaller. Careful for Dustwake. Okay, so there is some speculation that you won't be able to get all 3 of these quests right away. You just have to do them one at a time. I'm unsure, obviously, because the beta only went to 40. But for the sake of this guide, we are just gonna tell you to go ahead and pick all 3 up. If not, just do the back and forth. It's worth the run. Okay, from here we're going to work our way down to Sister Pamela. And you're just going to go in these buildings and create her doll. Actually, I'm just going to auto-complete it for the sake of time. Every time you loot one of the dolls, a ghost pops out, so just be ready for that. And then she'll give you 2 breadcrumbs that we're going to want to go ahead and accept. And then we're just going to grind all the way over to Light's Hope. If you don't finish all the kill quests right away, don't worry, you'll get an opportunity to do it again. Again, you probably don't even want to mount up here. You just want to run and kill everything in sight. Okay, here we're just going to pick up a few quests, the Restless Souls, and the Outcast. Looks like my quest log is full, so let's see what we can do here. We'll go ahead and turn some of these breadcrumbs in real quick.
Greetings. Now, lightning with you. Be careful. How are you? Have a good one.
Okay, that should suffice. Again, I do kind of remind you in the guide. You should maybe be friendly by now. Let's see what our rep's at. Yeah, if you turned your Scorch Stones in, you definitely should be friendly by now. So go ahead and buy your biscuits.
See you soon.
Okay, and we're just gonna grind our way over to Plaguewood. Any ghouls you see, go ahead and kill them. Be careful in this area because they are kind of higher level, but these mobs are squish. And once you kill a ghoul, this little ghost will pop out and just talk to it. you get any larval assets, go ahead and save them. They're kind of worthless in the first patch, but they will be very valuable come Dire Maul. Okay, and play good, we'll just kind of kill everything we see. And, you know, loot any of the dirt mounds. I'm just going to auto-complete that, but you should be able to finish it by this time. Okay, to kill with purpose, basically, if you don't know how to do the quest, we're just going to kill 7 of the pudge-looking mobs, and where they'll drop this rot, and we're going to combine 7 of them. The rots do have a timer on them, so you kind of, once you start, you kind of do just want to avoid any other mobs and just kill them, and then you'll combine them with the quest item here, the mortar and pestle that Blightcaller gave you. Okay, so here's what they look like. And there's a living rot. Worth noting, there are a couple rares here that do drop some great stuff. They're not elite. So if you're the first person here, go ahead and kill them. They also drop a Corruptor Scorchstone worth a quest turn in. Okay, then just grind your way over here. Turn in the Restless Souls, just some nice easy XP just for turning in. Skip the next part because it has you go to Strat. Another little easy quest. This quest does not give much XP at all, but it's still, you know, pretty easy to do. We're just gonna come over here, kill our way through. And pick up this recipe book. Something funny to note, you can go ahead and buy the crazy crab bag. It does kind of have anything from, I believe, a green to a purple, and it's 8 gold. You can gamble if you want. Usually it's just worthless, but it is a higher level green, so maybe you'll get something that's useful for yourself or for the guild. Okay, so obviously just continue the grind. One thing you do want to finish over here is the Defenders of Darrowshire. There should be more than enough of the ghouls to finish this. So just keep a lookout. I'm just gonna auto complete that quest for the sake of time. But yeah, just make sure you finish it. Also finish a Plague Upon Thee. Get your 100 termites. Okay, also while we're over here, we want to finish our monstrous play. And our frenzied play counts. And then in this area, the other bats, make sure, let's see, the Noxus Plate badge, make sure you get all of these. There are plenty of spawns. Something noteworthy is they do put a nasty poison on you that causes your movement speed to be slowed for like 30 seconds, so just be prepared for that as a melee. Couple things to note. You can come up here to these little nooks, and we do need to grind, so you can just clear them out. They're usually rares and chests. Let's see, there's another one up here as well. So definitely worth doing. Just be a little bit careful because you may have to fight like 2 or 3 mobs at once, but well worth it to clear it out. Okay, so by the time you finish this first round of quests, you do want to aim to be about halfway. So that you can tell, as you can see, it was a ton of grinding, but that's just kind of how this zone is. It's a little boring, but still well worth it. Once we finish our kill quests, we'll just grind our way back to Tyrian. Go ahead and slash Sid before you talk to him again. And then listen to his tale. And accept the next part, and we're going to go down to the Undercroft. choose to grind, or you can just run down, whatever you feel is necessary, depending on where your XP is at. So we'll just go ahead and clear these trolls out, because we're gonna need a little path to kind of kite some of the mobs down in the crypt. Okay, so this is where we're gonna do of Forgotten Memories. Just click on this dirt mound, and then this Mercutio guy will spawn. Drag him away, because there's some time before his cronies spawn. So just tag him, drag him back here, and then you won't have to fight 4 mobs at once. It is like this in Classic. I peeped Joanna's guide, and he does mention this in his guide. So go ahead and make sure you do that, or you get overwhelmed very quickly. For here, we'll just clear the crypt to do the outcast. Okay, so here's where it can get a little sketchy. I think there's like 4 mobs down here. So just pick them out one by one, drag them up, and then this is why we kind of cleared a path. We'll just kill them one by one, drag them out here until only the outcast is left. And then we'll pick up this scroll here. And back to Tyrion. Okay, except of Lost Honor. So if you're about 5 bars away or anywhere near that, you don't really need to grind that much anymore. You can if you want. If you're a skinner, it might be worth it for you just to grind. But we're gonna go do a Lost Honor in the plea quest, so it is a bit of running. So again, I'll just leave this up to you. Grinding is boring, but you have to do it at these levels. Try not to come into the scar. Here, there's going to be some trolls in your way. Go ahead and just kill them all, because you'll get overwhelmed really quickly if you try to run past them. There's probably some goodies too. There's also a rare up here. That he's just a normal rare. Of course, on private servers he hits for like 1,000, but that's not the case on Classic. All the rares are killable. There he is. Drops these pretty high level rings, or excuse me, greens. Please do not aggro these. I'll kind of show you. You'll get overwhelmed very quickly, and yeah, I don't give any experience. Get the key, and then we'll run back to Light's Hope. I didn't mention it earlier, but make sure you do get the flight path over here.
Hey there. See you around. What can I do for you? See you later.
Okay, some more running. We're gonna go back to the Undercroft. dirt mound for the plea. I'm gonna go ahead and respawn everything, because you will have to kill these trolls again. And then back to Tyrion. Go ahead and accept of love and family. And we're done with EPL for now, so we'll just run back into the Western Plaguelands. First things first, we will go ahead and swim over to the Scholomance Island. And we're going to turn in of love and family. Gives a nice chunk of XP. And then the next part is the strat part. I do recommend go ahead and accepting this because this is the part of the chain where you get the nice ring or neck. It's blue. It's like pre-raid bis for most classes. Next, we're just going to go head back to the Bulwark.
Yes.
Turn in our last cauldron. We'll come over here and turn a plague upon thee.
I haven't got all day.
Go ahead and accept the next part. And then don't forget to come back over here and do mission accomplished. It's worth like 9k experience. Yeah, it's an excellent one. And at this point you should probably hit 58. If not, you'll be pretty close and we'll get it in this zone. Okay, first things first, we're going to come down to our breadcrumb over here near Chillwind Camp. These mobs are low level, but just kind of tear through them while we get to the little inn here. And then accept a strange historian. And we'll just kill our way to this grave here. Get the ring. And here we will we're going to do a lot of grinding here. Literally just kill everything you see on the way. Mark each watchtower. Be careful, there is an elite in here, but we should be high enough level not to aggro it. And also, yeah, be careful, this little area you will die and get overwhelmed really quickly. You don't want to, aggro a Raj either. So basically, yeah, we're just going to grind, and we are going to work our way over to Chromie. Get the next tower. Oh, looks like there's a 2-minute cooldown on these, so I will just go ahead and auto-complete it. But Questy does do a really good job of telling you where the towers are, so just by the time you grind over to each tower, it will definitely be off cooldown. Okay, Chromie offers us 2 new quests, the Annals of Darrowshire, in a matter of time. So go ahead and mark the towers, and then we'll grind over and do a matter of time. First things first, also we'll do the anals first. So this is one of the reasons why we try to come here at a higher level. You should be able to sneak in here just fine, even without stealth. So just hug the corners and don't aggro those mobs. And then we'll come in and get the anals. This is another thing I took from Joanna's guide. You'll notice that these books do have these blue tinted covers. The anals is always lighter, so you'll see that these are kind of dark, and then this one is lighter. So this will be the one. If you do mess up, you will have to fight a couple of mobs, but that's okay. They're pretty easy. So again, just kind of don't forget to sneak our way out of here. And then, do watch out for the flesh golems. They are elite. That's pretty much that elite. And the wardens at the towers are kind of our only elite mobs in this area. Okay, so yeah, we'll come over here by these silos. They are kind of pulsing blue. And we'll use the item that Chromie gave us, the Temporal Displacer, and some worms will pop out. Yeah, and you'll just kill them. Yeah, easy enough.
It's not ready.
It does have a cooldown, so I'm going to go ahead and just auto-complete that once I get back to Chromie. So yeah, once those two quests are done, just go ahead and grind your way back. Okay, go ahead and set the new ones, counting out time, and Brother Carlin. Okay, counting out time, you're just going to loot these little watches in these lockboxes. You just need 5 of them. It's a very easy quest, and another good grind. Okay, so we're pretty much finished in Anderhall for now. The next thing we are going to do is run north and do a Plague Upon Thee, and then we'll do a small chain up there as well. So yeah, just kill your way out of here. Okay, so we have the lumber camp. Again, I just like to kind of clear the camp a little bit for some easy XP. We will then talk to the box. We'll place the termite crate on it, talk to the termite crate, and accept this, and back to the bulwark. So easy enough. Then we'll come over here and do the unfinished business chain. It's 3 easy quests. So the first one is just a kill quest. All of these mobs are just kind of littered over here. If you remember when we did the Scarlet Diversions quest, there's a little camp over here. It does have most of the mobs that we need. And then the mages and the knights are kind of just over here. Alright, then we'll go back and turn in.
What can I do for you?
The next one is to kill 2 named mobs. Let's see if I can do this first try. There is a way to get up here, not having to go all the way around. So let's see. I'm gonna try to remember how to do it. One sec. Turn speed off. Okay, so you just kind of come right along these humps, and then this is the tree we're going to aim for, so you should just be able to jump and get here, and then we'll just kind of maneuver our way around here, and you're up here. It's a lot easier than having to run all the way around and kill your way up. Okay, so the first mob is here. Just kill your way through. Careful, you could get overrun by these spellbinders. I'm not sure how many are actually there on Classic, but they're very squish, and they also drop Crusader, so maybe you'll get super lucky and get it on your first few kills. Kind of, this guy pats up and down this building, so don't go to the top. You will get overrun there, and just kill him real quick. Careful for the cleric, or the clerist. He is level 63. It's probably the best rare in the game, because he does drop like level 60 greens. So just kind of work your way around back this way if he is up. There should be a way to get up here. Maybe not, just so, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so just do that if you're gonna die to him, and then just clear your way to the Huntsman. Jump down.
Can I help you?
And the next part is to scout Hearthglen. This is going to be a lot easier for some classes than others, but I will just, if you feel like you can't solo it, you know, don't worry about that. Just skip it. It's only worth like 6k, and we'll have to, you'll just have to make that up grinding. So we'll do our little path again. Okay, so your best bet is just to go ahead and mount up and just hopefully you don't get dazed, run through these guys. Leash them, heal if you got hit. Be careful of the protector walking around, let him pat past you if need be. And then here you're just gonna sprint up, do whatever you need to do. Almost every class should be able to solo this. Shamans, you can just Frost Shock one of them, Earthbind, whatever, slow them down, and then kind of make your way up. more elites up here, so you're just going to scout it real quick. Let me get the perfect spot. It's right here. So right when you get up, just right across from the stairs is where you're gonna scout the vantage point, and then we're just gonna jump down, and you know these guys will be up there, so they'll have to make their way back down, and you should just be able to run out and do it without dying. So hopefully you can solo that. If not, it's okay. You might die, but it's not the end of the world. We'll jump down, complete it,
Safe travel.
and then that's it for that chain. We'll head back down to the bulwark.
What now?
The next is the last Sanderhall. We can't solo that, and then go ahead and grab Skullomance, do the back and forth, and then get the skeletal fragments. This will be one of the last quests we do in this area.
Hello. Embrace the
So back to Anderhall. And we'll just kill our way until we get the skeletal fragments. Okay, and then once you're done, just grind your way out and head back to town. Okay, so we'll turn this in. The next part is to just kind of finish the chain for the Skullomance key. Turning this in only gives like 1,000 experience, and you have to pay, so it's really not that worth it unless you're going for the Skullomance key. We will go to Gadgetzan one more time in this guide. So if you do want to do it, just go ahead and accept it. I am going to skip for now. From here, we are going to run back to Undercity. There's no really quest to turn in, but we are going to fly back to Light's Hope. At this point, you should definitely have 60 more Runecloth to turn in. So go ahead and turn that in while you're there, and then fly back to Light's Hope. Okay, so from here we got that breadcrumb from Chromie.
Hey there.
Let's go ahead and accept this. This quest chain is really good. For now, we can only do the villains part. The other part is elite to go back over to Hearthglen. So here we have 2 quests left. The Lord Ranger's Behest and the villains. So I will go, as I noted in my guide, we'll head up and do Lord Rangers. If you're finding this too difficult to solo, they're level 60 mobs. They're very, they're kind of spread out, but you might have to fight 2 at a time, maybe even 3 at points. So it can be very, very difficult to solo. But nonetheless, I still suggest you give it a try because we're pretty much out of quests here, other than a few elites in Winter Spring. So yeah, definitely give it your best shot. Once you get here, if you find that you can't solo it, just go ahead and hearth right back to Winter Spring right now. Okay, so we'll complete it for the sake of the guide. As you can see, they're very high level. So you'll just do the kill quest, come in here, be extra careful. I can't imagine they'll be this clustered in Classic, because Blizzard does do a really good job of, you know, spreading their mobs out. This, however, is where it will get a little difficult. So you need to get this registry here. They are 2 level 60 protectors. On private servers, for whatever reason, they hit for like 500 at a time. I'm not sure how it will be on Classic, but what you're going to want to do is just kite one back and kill it, and then let the other one leash and kill the other one. Because you don't want to be taking on 2 level 60 mobs at once. Go ahead and get the registry. And finish the kill quest. And then get the hell out of here. You don't want to grind on any extra mobs here. The Rangers do concussive shot, so be careful if you just kind of are running out. Next we'll head down and do villains, do the first part at the lake. Feel free to just kill your way out of here. Just grind all the way down. And then we're just gonna jump down into the Scar and do the next part for the villains quest. Just gonna kill your way out of here. And then we'll run back to Blightcaller and turn in the Lord Rangers.
What is it? Power time.
Skip the next part. They are elite.
Trust.
And then track it back over to Light's Hope.
Can I help you? For the Alliance.
Okay, from here, we're pretty much done with EPL, so we are going to Hearth to Everlook. Okay, so here there's pretty much only the Albeast chain and the elites. If you can't solo the elites, you know, just do the Albeast chain real quick. It's a lot of back and forth, but the experience is worth it. It's just as efficient as grinding, if not maybe a little more. So first things first. Also, we have Luck Be With You. At this point, you're level 58. You should definitely be able to sneak these shards, no problem at this point. So basically what we'll do is we'll head down. And we'll stop at the village, kill all of our Albeast. We do need the Moon Touched here. Go ahead and make sure you loot the necklace. It should be a pretty easy drop. And I like to just kind of clear the camp. These things are pretty easy to kill, and so they're pretty good XP. The Moon Touched will be in the pooling system, so who knows what you'll have to kill in order to get them. But yeah, just clear the camp 1 or 2 times until you get all the Moon Touched Albeasts. Yeah, by the time you do the circle, these ones should start to respawn again. If you do find these easy to kill, you know, just grind on them for a little bit. From here, we'll look for Broomeran. His path is kind of all the way up here and just pats all the way and then up along this road. We'll also do, so hopefully you'll see him, you know, just in this little area. But here we'll also do Luck Be With You. Again, you should be able to do this just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and skip it and just auto-complete it. Oh, there he is. Go ahead and just kill him real quick. This one's pretty easy to kill. He's a caster. He does like a chain lightning on you that doesn't really like hit for all that much. So you should just be able to use your toolkit to solo him. Turn it in, except Shy Rotom. Next, we'll go ahead and do the Chief. He's a little bit more difficult to solo for most classes. He hits pretty hard. I'm pretty sure he enrages, but there is some cheese you can get here. So first things first, just go ahead and clear the camp as fast as possible because we kind of want to make a little path for ourselves. If there is an extra mob up here, just pull him out, leash the Chief. From here, the one thing he does, I said he does Frost Shock, so he kind of does impair your movement a little bit, but you can just range it and attempt to kite him all the way back to Everlook. Or if you know you can root him, you know, do whatever you do, just try to kill him. He does drop the Ritual Totem, the log, and some fire water. We're gonna skip the Ritual Totem because we, if you you know, you should have this already if you did the Furball grind, and you probably turned it in already. But go ahead and accept the log. From here, we will fly back to Felwood. We'll turn in our two Outbeast quests. Go ahead and accept the next part to go to Thunderbluff, and just accept the Berserking ones. Then back to Everlook. And we'll go ahead and head north for the Outbeast. Again, this is another Outbeast grind. The Berserking Outbeasts, you know, who knows how many will be spawned, so just kind of kill in the area until you get all the kills you need for the quest. And then if you're capable, come up here and we'll do Shy Rotom. Once you start seeing the cats, go ahead and just start killing them, because we do need the piece of meat that drops to bait the lion out. Looks like we got it first try. Then we'll just come over to this rock and place the meat down. Okay, so basically what happens is once she's at like, I don't know, 30%, her mate will come out and attack you too. It is another elite. So what you can do is just kite back and leash the mate. You know, this is a little difficult to solo. Really the only people that can solo this probably are hunters and druids. Maybe a shaman just kiting it around and shocking it to death, you know, popping mana potions. Warriors with Recklessness might be able to do it as well, and then just go ahead and hamstring kite. Mages should be able to solo this as well, and Warlock. So a lot of classes can actually do it. You just have to use your toolkit appropriately. At this point in WoW, everyone knows how to play their class super well, so a leech shouldn't be too difficult to solo, especially on Classic when they don't actually hit like trucks. So go ahead and kill it if you can. It's just a kill quest, and then we will go ahead and run back to Everlook. Hearth if it's up. Once you turn this in, make sure you turn it in again for some easy XP. Let me go ahead and complete Luck Be With You. Make sure you get your cash so that you can start getting ecos. I'm not going to wait for the RP because there is no... Oh, there it is. Okay, there's no quest really experience for it. Okay, from here, if we did High Chief, actually, yeah, if we did High Chief, we're going to go ahead and run on over and turn it in. I can control my character. Okay, so we've got the two pieces.
Watch your back. Keep your feet on the ground.
And then accept words of the High Chief to go back to Felwood. Okay, so from here, essentially, we're out of quests. So here's a couple things. I don't know what it's going to be like in Classic, so as in my guide says, from 59 to 60, we're kind of screwed here. So a couple things you can do. You can fly back to Felwood, definitely turn in Wild Guardians, and then run down, or just run to Felwood from here since we're close to the entrance. Turn in Wild Guardians for sure. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do it this way, and I'll just kind of give my opinion on the matter. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and teleport back to Blood Venom.
What do you need?
Okay, turn this in, and then first things first, we'll just go ahead and fly to Thunderbluff. We've got our two quests to turn in from here on Elder Rise, one from the Western Plaguelands, one for the necklace.
I've been expecting. Walk with fear. We shall meet again.
And then also, this is our last cloth turn in. Again, you should have it by now, so, make sure you do turn this in. Easy 6k experience.
How may I aid you? Be careful.
Okay, and from here, we will go ahead and fly to Gadgetzan. And we'll scare our second goblin. Let's see where she's at.
Interesting.
Time is money.
Let's see, Sprinkle. Who's Sprinkle? Oh, there it is. Go ahead and turn in the Skullman's chain if you've decided that you're going to be the one that gets the key, and then we'll teleport to Ungora. we'll scare our next goblin.
Yo!
I can't use that item yet.
Okay, so we finished that. So yeah, we do have the Meddling Influences quest. So we can just come down here and do that real quick. If you do want to, if you think the quest rewards are good. There's the Primal Ooze. Okay, they can bind. Get the merged ooze sample. And then from here, so I'm a little unsure about Silithus right now, as it mentions in my guide. If you're kind of one of the first people that you're using this, and you do hit, you're here before anybody else, before I can kind of update my guide, just go ahead and run over. I can't imagine any of the Moonglade or Twilight quests are going to be in. The one way you will know is the little war callers in the major cities will have you go to Moonglade to talk to Rabin Shatura, I believe. And then there will be, some back and forth from there in Silithus. The quests I think might be in are these ones, like securing the lines, death grips or clasp. I think that's what death clasp. And this desert venom. So if these are in, go ahead and just do them. I'm not going to list them out step by step in my guide. They're very self-explanatory. And then from here, if you are able to do Silithus, finish it up, and then Hearth back to Everlook. Oh, I did kind of skip a step actually. From Silithus or from Ungoro, whatever step you're at, actually fly over to Ratchet. And we'll do this seeking spiritual aid.
What brings you here? When's the accurate
Wait for the RP.
You wish to speak?
Go ahead and get the next section. And from here we will go ahead and fly back to Blood Venom. And we'll run back all the way back down here to turn this quest in. Okay, so here we'll turn in, if we did Chief Winterfall, go ahead and turn in the next, or the book here, some nice XP, and then here you'll get Dousing the Flames of Protection. So something, I do mention this quest line in my guide, but this quest line sucks ass. It's honestly terrible. The mobs you fight are like level 52 to 55, so you're way over level them. You will just tear through them, but this questline really does suck. The reason we don't do it earlier is because it is a little bit difficult for you when you're that level, especially the last part. A final blow actually requires you to kill a level 58 and 2 minions at the same time. Fortunately, those 2 minions are really squishy because they're just succubuses. But nonetheless, this questline sucks. So from here, you can do this questline, or you can just grind it out or do dungeons, whatever you feel like. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video up with doing this quest line, but you know, you'll kind of make the judgment call here. Okay, so back to Jadenar. I like to just kind of sprint past these mobs. They're really low level at this point. Okay, stop here, and then we'll just kind of enter the Shadow Hold. And we'll just kind of kill our way through these. I'm going to go ahead and loot all these mobs because they do drop a quest item for an escort in here that we will do. I can't remember, I don't know how rare it is. Oh, there it is, the Blood Red Key. So hopefully you get this right away. So basically we'll go ahead and accept this. If I can find it in my inventory, it is. And this starts, you get a pretty good chunk of XP just for turning it in. And then there's an escort. So this escort sucks ass. You're gonna basically escort this person all the way to the end. And what you'll do is you'll just light all these braziers on your way for the dousing the flames. So I'm gonna go ahead and auto-complete this escort, but it does go really far into this little cave. Okay, so yeah, we'll essentially just go through this cave real quick. Just kill all the mobs you see. Again, you're level 59, so these mobs, you'll just be able to tear right through them, no problem. Looks like I did miss one of the first flame, but you know you'll be doing this a lot slower, so you won't miss it. Oh, there it is, really close. And again, you'll finish the escort, and then you'll just kill your way back out if you can stealth. But you know, once again, you'll just tear right through these mobs. And then we'll run all the way back down south.
I am honored. Very honored.
Except the next two.
You wish to speak?
Yeah, and here's this final blow I was talking about. It is a level 58 quest. And then all the way back up. So this is why I said this quest line sucks balls. But if you don't want to grind and you're looking for more quests to do, it's a decent chain. I think it's probably worth like 30% of a level, maybe a little more, just because there is a lot of killing involved. Okay, so once again, we'll just clear our way through this place. Okay, and here's where we're going to do the Retribution of Light. Again, these mobs, they are all casters, and they probably will aggro 2, maybe 3 at a time. But again, any class should just be able to kill these very efficiently, kill that succubus, and then turn this in. And then you just kind of return to the quest giver. So we'll just go a little bit deeper into the tunnels to do Retribution of Light, or the final blow. And here it is. So looks like they're level 57, and oh yeah, see the demons are pretty low level. On private servers, these succubi hit like ridiculously hard, and it's almost impossible to solo. But you should be able to do it just fine on classic. I like to just kill the 2 succubuses first because they're pretty squished, and then finish off our last guy. So do that, and then now we will work our way back through this cave. Probably start getting respawns at this point. Oh crap. Actually, I think that's good. Alright, and we're out. So back down. Oh, I forgot to loot the head. Yeah, you obviously won't forget to do that though, because you'll naturally be looting everything.
What brings you here?
And yeah, it's a, you know, gives you quite a bit of experience to do. Okay, so this is where we're at. You will probably be about halfway after doing this chain. If the Silithid kill quest's in, you could probably give yourself another 25% of a level at this point. But you do have to grind it out. And this is where, you know, another boring grind comes in. You do have a couple other quests to turn in. Oh, you know what we did? We did forget to turn in the Strength of Corruption. You would just normally do that when you're flying back down to Un'Goro, so you know, just make a stop in and turn that in. It's really not worth too much XP at this time, but you know, it does help alleviate some of the grinding. And then we have Are You There Yeti? Your hearth should still be an Underlook or Everlook, so we'll go ahead and turn that in.
Yeah, what do you want? Keep it real.
Pretty big chunk of experience, and yeah, just grind it out from here. Do dungeons, do whatever you need to do to hit it. You can go turn meddling influences if you want, and finish out your grind in the plague lands. I think the best thing to grind for melee is probably the fur blocks at this camp. They are like level 56 to 58, so you're not getting too much. You're gonna get more XP than you would down here. They drop the fire, water, room cloth. You can finish the rep if you want and turn in the 2 rep quests. Yeah, so congratulations, you are 60 at this point. And that'll conclude this video series. Thanks for watching. Yeah, happy leveling.